The number one thing every single independent artist has ever asked me is, Luke, how do I get on tour? How do I go out on a major tour? What do I need to do? How do I make it happen? I am here to answer that question right now. So before I get into the how, I have to explain to you what the touring industry is. The touring industry is what I would consider an advertising vehicle, okay? The reason that it's so hard to get on tour is because it's the premium advertising vehicle. You have to think about it. You have a captive audience. All they can do is look at you. You can say whatever you want to say. You have the power of amplified music and sound and stage and lights behind you. It's a very captivating experience the live entertainment industry has put together. So, of course, that industry is very, very protective of its inventory. So the first thing I'm going to tell you now, I call it the 5 powers of the touring industry, okay? Here they are: artist, manager, agent, promoter, and record label, okay? Those are the 5 powers that primarily control the touring industry. So here's how the conversation goes. The first thing that happens is probably the manager and the artist at a very high level in conjunction with the record label will start talking. But usually it's the manager and the artist will say to the manager will say to the artist, we should plan a tour, I want to go on tour, something like this, right? So then the next thing that the manager will do is they'll consult with the record label. And this is a very simplified version of what actually happens, so you just bear with me, there's going to be gaps here. But the manager talks to the record label, and then the manager will talk to an agent. The agent will then talk to the promoter, and all of those 5 people will work together to build out a tour. And there's a lot more that goes into it than you might think. So here's how the conversation usually goes, right? So with a major tour, let's say there's the headlining spot, which the artist is going to occupy, and then maybe there's 2 or 3 opening slots, okay? So the manager is the first one to know about this. Generally speaking, managers have more than one artist on their roster, so they're going to want one of those spots on that tour or more. The agent, same thing. The agent represents a ton of talent, so that agent is going to say, I'm booking this tour, I want some of those slots, all right? Then the record label is going to come in, and the record label is saying, we're paying for this tour, all the marketing for it, so we want a slot so that we can put some of our priority artists onto that tour. And then the promoter may come in and say, hey, we're building this whole thing. We have certain artists locally or nationally that we know draw a lot of tickets, and it's our responsibility to recoup our investment the best way we can. So we want those slots with the artists that we know are going to work. So now you have 5 groups of people. Again, the artist, the manager, the agent, the record label, and the promoter, all vying for 2 or 3 slots. No wonder it's so difficult to get on a tour. Where did you hear me say in that list, independent artist? You know, smaller, unsigned artist. That's not in the conversation at the major touring levels. It does happen at different levels, but we're talking about the major levels. So there is a way to get through this. It's not something I can explain quickly in this video, but it is something that I'm going to give you in another video. Basically, what I call it is cash, gas, or butts in seats. So if you'd like to know more about this, you're welcome to send an email, and we're happy to have a discussion about it. It's, again, a very big topic that I'll probably be posting more on. But what I wanted you to know for now is don't feel discouraged if you can't get yourself on a tour. It is possible. You just have to know how to do it. And you are working against some very powerful forces. So the name of the game is don't work against them, work with them. And a question I want you to think about tonight or today, whenever you watch this video, is what can I do to work with these 5 powers of the touring industry? Management, agents, record labels, promoters, and headline artists. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. My name is Luke Danilon, owner and CEO of Ghost Rocket Music. We'll talk soon.